Welcome to another exciting episode of Logical NDE, where we bring you intriguing stories of near-death experiences that people from all over the world share with us. If you are new to the channel, we'd like to tell you that our videos contain conversations about real-life near-death experiences for all those who are on a quest to unveil the reality of the afterlife. As for our regular viewers, please sit back and enjoy today's episode. Today's story comes from Ms. Andrew, who is a professional educationist and has been through one of the most extraordinary near-death experiences. Hello there, everybody. I am Andrew, and I have been happily living with my little family in London for 10 years now. When I initially came here, I had no prospects of ever starting my professional career as an educationist. But fate had different plans for me. As soon as I completed my studies, I began my professional career as a primary teacher, and later on, I progressed and became one of the most prominent teachers of special education. However, before I earned myself recognition and thrived ahead in life, I would often question my life choices. Almost 8 years ago, when I was working as a primary teacher, I was quite dissatisfied with my career choice and the way my family took up my time. My life was distributed between my family life and my work life. In these 2 years, when I had grown bitterness towards my career and my family, I often felt I could succeed better if I didn't get married early and didn't have to look after my kids and manage house chores. Amidst the intensifying chaos, I decided to give up my profession. Luckily, my job resignation coincided with winter holidays. I was on the verge of resigning when I decided to have a word with my husband. My husband advised me to take a break, pause for a moment, and then make the final plunge. He said I could take a break from my work life and family duties and go for vacations. He promised to look after kids while I was away. I saw no harm in this deal, and I agreed. Since we were extremely close to Christmas holidays, and I had decided to go for a break extremely late, almost all the flights were occupied. However, I was fortunate to get a ticket to Miami, where my friends were already gathering to celebrate Christmas holidays and New Year. At the last moment, I did all my preparations, and I was set to leave everything behind and have some me time. I did feel guilty while leaving my family behind on the eve of Christmas, but I decided to go against my gut feelings. That's when the most life-changing incident occurred, and it changed me forever. Before we continue the story, we would like you to take a moment to sincerely appreciate your support by liking, sharing, and subscribing to our channel if you genuinely enjoy viewing these kinds of stories. This way, you will be able to stay up to date on all of our new releases, including this one. Make sure to link up to us right away. I can still remember every single detail from the day when I bid a goodbye to my husband and little kids at the airport. I had tears in my eyes. My kids insisted that I stay with them to celebrate the holidays, but I still went ahead to the airport. After getting done with my checking at the airport and long wait in the airport hall, I was finally on the airplane. The plane took off at around 10 p.m. at night, according to the routine. I tried to read a magazine, but then decided to sleep. As I closed my eyes, suddenly the plane started shaking severely. Fear gripped me, and I didn't know what to do next. The lights went off, and people began screaming. There was a lot of clamors. I could feel my blood racing and a rush of adrenaline. I was praying to God in my heart to fix everything right. My heartbeat was racing faster than ever. I tried to follow the instructions of the air hostess, but I felt paralyzed with fear. I knew my life was about to end. I had an intense ache near my chest area. Just a moment later, every noise around me died, and there was a blackout. There was no ache in my chest. I felt as if my intense heartbeat had stopped. Everything had paused, but I could somehow think and speak to myself. When I opened my eyes, I simply gaped at everything around me. It was the most extraordinary sight I could have ever envisaged. I was locked in a black cellar away from the universe. I knew I was away from home, away from my little world. Gradually, I began to perceive everything. As my eyes adjusted to the pitch-black atmosphere of the space, I could see millions of specks of light above, below, all around, everywhere. They must be stars, I wondered. And there in the distance, I could spot a blue speck among a constellation of those miniature stars. It was my home, my world. Earth. My home apparently seemed so fragile and delicate against the terrifying and monstrous darkness of the space. As the plush velvet sky flew by, I could not believe what I was seeing. In the distance, the moon shone brilliantly, but for the first time it looked haunting. There was a deathly silence around, and all the sounds ceased. I felt alone while unveiling mysteries of the universe one by one. I was floating in the middle of nowhere, among countless stars, powerful novas, and a distant nebula. While I was floating high, I experienced a meteor that passed so close to the earth. I closed my eyes and prayed to God to keep my home and my family safe. The thought that my fragile home could be destroyed within a fraction of a second by a wandering meteor gave me goosebumps. Just as I made the prayer, there was a voice that echoed so loud. Now that you have unveiled a greater part of the mystery of the universe, return home. Till date, this voice echoes in my mind. I woke up in a hospital bed, and I had gained consciousness after almost 2 hours. My husband was there by my side, holding my hand. He told me the whole story of the minor technical faults in the airplane and how the airplane was brought back to London. Since it was a minor malfunction, and we hadn't covered much distance, we easily got back. In the meantime, I had lost my consciousness and rushed to the hospital. After this incident, I had to deal with terrible post-traumatic disorders and sleepless nights after my slight brush with death and incredible experience. However, after a week or so, everything was back to normal. I pondered the significance of this incident and the relevance of the voice I heard when I was away from my home among the stars. I realized it was a near-death experience, and it only occurred so that I could value life more. The incident shaped me into how I am today. I began to practice gratitude, and that built more contentment in my life. My love towards my understanding husband and kids grew more than ever. I was happy with my family and my work life. The gratitude and contentment paved the way for further progress. In all these 8 years, I realized that my life got saved in those drastic circumstances for a purpose. I realized I was sent back to Earth to celebrate little joys with my family and extend my helping hands towards so many students who look up to me and need my guidance. That's it for today, folks. Do you believe in interstellar experiences, or do you think they are a myth? Have you ever reached another dimension in your near-death experiences? Have you ever experienced any extraordinary interstellar experience where you unraveled the secrets of the universe? If yes, make sure to leave a detailed comment where we can read your thoughts on the impact of interstellar near-death experience. Let us know what impact and lessons these experiences brought in your life. In case you liked this video, do not forget to give it a big thumbs up. Also subscribe to our channel to support us in growing it. Share the video with your friends and family so they can have a fair taste about life after death and near-death experiences through our channel. Until the very next time, stay blessed.